You know, when you go to a con like this and you dress up as a very noticeable character, you know, the attention's nice too.
Oh, it's fun. It's a load of fun. You have all these kids here. They're all happy. Everybody's just having a good time. Everybody's really nice to each other.
I was calling like their corporate people, couldn't even get a hold of anyone even there that knew what was going on. And sometimes when just no one knows what's going on or can't help people, it can kind of leave a bad taste in people's mouths about a convention and they don't want to come back.
You should have given me warning, you muppet. Make it spin. There's no barbecue till I say there's a barbecue.
2 years ago, she wouldn't have talked to anybody. Super shy. She's very confident now, so that was the impetus for this.
Yeah. You have failed this city.
I love that. And
Miss Alley, 823. I expect at least some of you to show up and come say hi. At least tell me I offended you.
Star Wars, The Walking Dead, The Avengers, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, all of these apply to the things that you can see when you go to a comic convention. Cosplay, what does it mean? Well, it's a combination of the words costume and play. The difference is attitude and I think just playing the character. You're honoring the character because you're embodying.
I appreciate that.
Whether you want to role play or at least, you know, as simple as doing the pose or anything like that, you're cosplaying at that point.
Over the next few days, I followed several groups of cosplayers who were attending the Wizard World St. Louis Comic-Con. These cosplayers ranged from veterans, newbies, people who make their own costume, buy their own costume, and do something in between. Now, who are cosplayers?
I've been going to conventions for about 20 years now, and there was no cosplay back then. There was people hired to stand at booths to draw customers in, but there was no one there making their own costumes. And then when people started making their own costumes, people like Svetlana of Kamui Cosplay, Yaya Han, some of the original ones who've been doing it for a very long time, started making it more mainstream. You started seeing more and more people dressed up in their own homemade costumes at conventions. Costumers have been around for a very, very, very long time and had their own costuming conventions, but it started making its way into the main pop culture scene at the Comic-Con scene not that long ago. And I started going to conventions, I started seeing people dressed up more and more, and in these amazing faux armor builds. And I thought that was really neat, and I've always been a fabricator and an artist, so I wanted to be able to do something like that. So I said, hey, I'll give that a try. So a couple years ago, I decided to make my very first foam armor build, which is the Spartan Batman. And it's been downhill ever since.
I'm DJ Folan. I've been cosplaying for about 5 years now. Today I am the Green Arrow from the CW version of Arrow. Yep.
Why'd you decide to dress up as Arrow?
Seen as unexpectedly just announced a few weeks ago that is the coming up series finale of Arrow in the fall. I felt, and this is my only con this year, I felt it was just right to do as a tribute to the show and such a great character I've been in love with for years, so it just feels right to do this.
I will be the man himself, King Arthur. It took me roughly a month to get my costume together over various evenings and weekend afternoons. And lots of waiting for stuff from China. And now I also have an outfit I can wear to Renaissance Fair, which is a first. So I'm looking forward to this.
The appeal of cons, I think it's, I know that when I started going years ago, it was a place that we could all be safe. You know, pop culture wasn't what it is now. It certainly isn't. You know, back then it was, you know, we all clearly collected comics or dolls or certain types of collectibles, and it was not mainstream. It was not. You were very looked down upon. It was not a hobby or an interest that you could be very open in the public with. So you had to go to conventions to to be safe and be amongst like-minded people.
Besides for comic books and the movies, you get to dress up, and that's not something you get to do every day or every month, you know, out in the public and not look, you know, very weird. So I think that's definitely appeal to a lot of people, that they like to do this, but they can't without looking like, you know, a weirdo. So it's, when the Comic-Con rolls out, I mean, you see people everywhere in the city wearing this stuff, and everyone else is, it's like it's the normal thing.
So we're at Wizard World 2019 in St. Louis. This is the main stage and the entrance over here. Kato Kalin is the host of this fine event. We walk over this way. We'll get to see some of the celebrity guests that they have. You can go and meet them or have your picture taken with them, get an autograph. Yeah.
Wizard World and Comic-Con is an opportunity to sort of say hello in person. I still get rather starstruck if I see someone whose work I really enjoy that I don't know. But if I see them at a restaurant or something, I don't want to bug them, you know, if they're with their family or friends. So this is that opportunity to not bug me. I'm here to say hello, you know, meet me at this booth at this time at this convention center.
So would you say you would prefer being able to meet your fans in this kind of a setting more so than just out on the streets? And
well, I think it's the opportunity where you don't have to be nervous about it. I mean, people are still even a little bit nervous here, and I try to, you know, supersede that by just kind of, I don't know, being me. So yeah, I mean, it's not a question of preference. I don't have a problem with it. I just know that for me, it's that opportunity to like meet people in person and say thank you for enjoying my work and let them know what to expect in the future.
She's perfect, perfectly flawed. Smile for the camera now.
so when you're back there, you know, you get to do your autographs, you get to meet people, but you also get to kind of see everything that's going on here. What has caught your eye?
The people, how they get excited when they come here, how this is nothing to do with blood, sex, or violence. It's just something that you have a lot of games, and you share, have a good time with the kids, and also it's okay to be a superhero. Like for example, you could have your own doctor dressed up as a Trekkie or as the Incredible Hulk. It's all generation. It's always about positivity.
And do you think that's what people really like about going to these cons?
Yeah, it's a connection to superhero. Everybody feels like a superhero. They come here, they want to look for comic books, they want to see the favorite celebrity, they want to go shopping. But it all comes down to the genre of comic character.
Right now I'm making a Quantum Realm Deadpool based on some fan art from the new Infinity Wars Endgame. That's the new Avengers Endgame that's coming out. There's a scene from the movie where they all go into the quantum realm and they wear the Hank Pym's quantum suits. Deadpool's not in that movie, he's not part of the property yet, but somebody did make a fan art that if Deadpool was part of it, he would be in the quantum realm. So I want to make that suit because I thought that'd be kind of a neat, you know, mashup.
Break the top of that thing?
I break more needles on my sewing machine. It seems like all I do is break needles because I try and just cram every single thing possible.
I pretty much leave my leather needles in there all the time, so I haven't broke any yet.
That's what I should do because I don't even have leather needles.
Yeah, that'll save you a lot.
I'm just using regular old needles.
Because mine, I feel it grinds sometimes. I'm like, I'm sorry, sewing machine, but you need to get through these 3 pieces of leather right now.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, you have a fancier sewing machine than he does.
Oh, that's just a little old. I don't even know where I got that thing. Look at that.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad at all. It's still a little. I still have a secondary stitch back here that seems to be. You see like a folded over. Did I catch it somewhere where it's got too much of a fold? Like a second.
It looks pretty.
Seam? It's pretty
even all the way across. Like the seam runs all the way down the length of it. So
yeah. Okay.
Didn't really notice anything. Maybe a little bit in that corner, but not much.
No. Okay. Just feels a little.
Devil.
Huh?
Sleeves are the devil. I got one that ended up, I centered it, but then it ended up not centered by the time I was done.
I mean, for that matter, they might not even be. Shoot, I might have flip-flopped the sleeves. Ooh. Ha! I did.
Yeah.
That's why.
They rotated wrong.
Yeah. I was like, this doesn't feel right. Why does this not feel right? Because this one's on.
Yeah, because you have a lot of extra material on the back of the other one because it's not shaped right.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's backwards. Huh. I was like, this doesn't feel right. Why does this not feel right?
What kind of looks do you get in the public?
Anything from weird to wow to just curious. Yeah, it's, honestly, I like the looks. It kind of gives me motivation to do this.
Yeah?
It's fun, yeah.
So tell me the whole process of putting this entire outfit together.
Well, this suit in particular took about 4 months to put together, ranging from saving the money up to ordering it online, piecing it together, and after that, and definitely after that is I have an underlayer of Under Armour on so I don't get too hot in this. It is fake leather, so you can get quite hot in it. So it's just getting everything put together. It really depends on the suit you're wearing. My Batman suit took about 6 months to put together. The cowl alone took about 2 months to get ordered and delivered. Yeah, it's just, it really depends on where you're going as and how much time you really want to put in to make it look really, really good.
So, about how much have you spent on this in particular outfit?
This one, roughly, I would say $300.
$300?
Yes.
Is that the average price?
For my suits, about, yeah, after everything's all put together and built over time, about average price, yeah. I would like to spend a little more, but it's kind of been how cheap can you get the suit, but how cheap can you make the suit but still look good? Because when you really see the price and it's like, oh, I have other bills to pay for, it's like, how much can I really spend on cosplay?
So someone also described these types of events as almost like a flea market for nerds because they have tons of merchants and vendors. You can find pretty much anything of nerddom here, ranging from swords to Lego minifigures to different types of fan art. And when I say fan art, the artists are incredible that come here.
Hi there, I'm Greg Wright. I'm a comic book writer. I work for Source Point Press, and I brought my comics here to St. Louis all the way from Michigan. I wrote Wild Bullets. In this one, each of the bullet family takes a turn telling the story, and when they do, a different artist takes over in a different style and genre. So it's got crime, sci-fi, horror, adventure, all in a pulp mashup murder mystery on Thanksgiving, and one on Christmas. Homicide for the holidays, right? Just like when families get together. I've been working on cons, taking my comics all around for about 5 years now. So it's a lot of fun, it's a lot of work, but it's really great to get to go all over the country meeting really cool people and getting to tell them about stuff I really care about. For me personally, I do really well meeting people face to face and telling them about this because I figure it's something that they probably haven't heard of before, or maybe they've heard once or twice. And if I can have the chance to meet them face to face, tell them a little bit about it, show it to them, that works the best for me. So I love when people check it out online and hear about it, read about it, you know, reviews, see things on TV. But the best luck I've had is just putting it into people's hands, getting them to take a look at it and say, you know what, I didn't know about this before, but now I want it in my life.
Again, Artist Alley, 823. I expect at least some of you to show up and come say hi. At least tell me I offended you. So if you come, so we have posters, we got books, we have a bunch of stuff. But you don't have to buy anything. You can come, just say hi, get a handshake, helicopter dick. I've been doing pictures with people. If you want a picture of my weird face, you can do that too. That doesn't cost any money. I'm not a celebrity.
In addition to the shopping and meet and greets, there are also panels where celebs can talk about their work and tell behind-the-scenes stories, but there are also panels for cosplay builders.
So right now I'm weathering up some Deadpool shins and some Deadpool accessories. Just trying to get some water out of this. So this is a really basic white armor that I'm doing. So I still want to leave it white. I don't want it to be so gray.
So I'm gonna just take a lot of this off and leave it just kind of grimy.
Do you ever worry that you're the only one who dresses up?
Oh no. Way before I started doing this, I saw people online, other news networks when I was younger doing this, and it honestly made me jealous because like I've always wanted to do that, and they're doing that right now in public. I'm like, how cool is that? So it's kind of what got me into it. I'm like, my friends told me they want to dress up. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna dress up too, and we all just decided one year, let's all go together and cosplay, and doing it ever since. So that was about 4 or 5 years ago.
Where when I was first going to an actual convention, I was like, yeah, people are going to be dressed up there, because it was just in my mind from all the stuff I had seen up to that point.
This is true. You know, I do talk to a lot of people when they hear that there's a convention coming up in town, like, oh, are you going to the convention? You know,
I don't
like,
have
of
a
course
costume to wear.
I asked, they asked, I'm like, well, you should go too. You gonna go?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't, and they say that I don't have a costume.
Yeah, I don't have anything to dress up as.
People
and I'm like, you don't have to dress up to
like
go.
it's a requirement.
It is certainly not expected that you dress up to show up there.
You will be surprised. The vast majority of people there are not.
Dressed up at all.
Nope.
They're
You do not
mostly
have to wear a costume.
parents and their children who are kind of looking around like, what is this?
We're looking at maybe 5 to 10% of maybe 5.
Depending on the
Probably
convention.
not 10.
Depending on the convention and location. Some
But it's always super noticeable because you have that other 90 to 95% of people who are like, oh, stop, let me get your picture. So you get these like traffic jams and stopping areas where it's like, oh, there's a cosplayer over there, or there's someone famous, but it's like, or not, it is someone dressed up as someone famous.
Honestly, I think the best way to show you is to become one.
Just with a scratch.
Very clever. Good costume.
Thank you. I found trying to walk more than just a few steps was impossible. People would stop me and Charlie,
Can I get your guys' pictures? Yeah.
even while he was filming me, to take pictures. As I went through the aisles, people would yell out quotes.
None shall pass. But you're missing it all. Just but a scratch.
Or tell me about what Monty Python meant to them.
Have an arm.
All right, cool.
I love it. Can I get it on my phone?
It's absolutely probably one of my favorite films of all time.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Wait, are you trying to pass?
I'm trying to pass, yeah.
None shall pass.
I would like to pass.
None shall pass.
I would like to pass.
None shall pass.
Okay.
You may pass. Go ahead.
Which makes you wonder, although I look the part now, I can take it off and take a break from it. But what if you always look the part?
My name is Eddie Warren, and I cosplay as Jack Nicholson's Joker. I'm from Springfield, but I come up here almost every year. The cosplay here at Wizard World is so amazing, and the people are so nice and nostalgic, which helps me out a lot whenever I'm one of my childhood idols. So it is so much fun and always puts a smile on my face.
Smile. All right, thank you.
Awesome, another high five. Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
Are you kidding me? Like, I am not a famous person whatsoever. Putting this on, just it warms my heart knowing that other people not only love the character so much, but love it that somebody else is out there representing the character like that. Like Jack Nicholson, you don't see that everywhere. Like, and the fact that people, like, they don't call me Joker. They call me Jack Nicholson. Like, there was a kid that was 12 or under that was like, Mom, that's Jack Nicholson's Joker. Like, because she didn't know, but the young kid did. And that warms my heart because I was that kid. Like, and that's what this is. This is me being able to be that kid. If only just for one day, for a weekend, it's just awesome. It's here. It's here all weekend long.
Are you gonna?
Hi. How are you? Good. See, Napier. I'm not the Joker. I'm Napier. Say that again.
Hello, Napier.
See?
Yeah. I like your makeup, by the way.
Thank you.
Oh, it's fun. It's a load of fun. You have all these kids here. They're all happy. Everybody's just having a good time. Everybody's really nice to each other and everything. It's all cool.
What's the experience of people coming up to you and talking to you?
I get a lot. I get a lot of people coming up to me.
Yeah.
So it's good. It's all good.
And why do you think they come up to you? Do you like? Do they love the characters?
Come
or what do you
on,
think?
yes, I am Negan.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. They love Negan.
Yeah.
You either love him or you hate him.
Now, the highlight of some serious cosplayers is the costume contest. The winners can get trophies, memorabilia, and even cash.
And I'm portraying the cowboy version of Beetlejuice as it's shown in the commercial in the movie.
And what are you feeling right now?
Excited. I've done this before, but I'm no less thrilled than I've ever been, and it's still a little nervous even though I've had a little experience before in this.
What do you think your chances are this year?
Probably slim. There's a lot of awesome cosplay. It's insane the amount of time and effort that people put in to their outfits and the commitment and passion that they have for the characters. If I come out in the top 7, I'll be absolutely thrilled.
I've competed in several of the foam armors I've made. 2 of them behind me are competition winners. Spartan Batman's a winner. The Mass Effect's a winner. There's another version of the Mass Effect that's also won on stage.
Well, they just announced that we can hold the mic. So that means I may get to do a little spiel that Beetlejuice does in the movie, which is kind of exciting for me because without a voice, Beetlejuice is all just movement. And while I've got some of that, I think I can make it a little bit better with a little verbiage. I'm a little nervous, which I've done this before, but it's still got me a little the butterflies, in the stomach. But I mean, that's what makes it fun, right? If it wasn't exciting like this, then why do it?
Are you gonna remember all of your lines and all that?
We'll see. I certainly hope so. I've done them enough. There's no reason I shouldn't. So the only thing that's gonna screw me over is stage fright at this point.
Beetlejuice!
Having trouble with the living? You tired of having your own plague by the living? You want to get rid of them pesky living critters once and for all? Well, come on down to see me, folks, because I'm the afterlife seating bioexorcist. Yes, sirree. Come on down here, and I want to tell you, I'll do anything. I'll scare them real bad. The point is, folks, I'm going to do anything to get your business. Hell, I'll possess myself. I got it. Yo, I got demons running all through me, It's coming out into your teeth. And hey, you act now, you get a free demon possession with every exorcism. You can't beat that now, can you? Bring the little parts down. Hell, we got plenty of snakes and lizards for them to play with. There ain't no problem with that at all. So, say it once, say it twice. Third time's a charm. And remember, I'll eat anything you want me to eat. I'll swallow anything you want me to swallow. So come on down, I'll chew on a dog. Woo!
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Well, I think I pulled it off as good as I can expect. Still a little nervous. It all just happened so fast, and now it's over. So now you're thinking back like, well, maybe I should have done this, maybe I should have done that, but like honestly, my heart's still racing, and I had a blast. So I couldn't have asked for anything better.
So we really like performance. That's kind of our thing here. So we gotta go with the ghost with the most, Mr. Beetlejuice.
But wait, you won't appear unless you say it 2 more times, though.
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Oh, you gotta say it 2 more times. Say it 2 more times.
Beetlejuice! Beetlejuice!
All the winners deserved what they got. It was amazing cosplay. I believe I got an honorable mention, which is above what I expected. So I'm super happy, and I just had a fantastic time. There's so many people who should have got an honorable mention at the very least that could have been up on the stage as well. So I'm very humbled by it.
That this was a ton of work, and we have not seen a best in show reaction like this in a long time. He came out and everybody was just shook. And it's gonna go to the Mardi Gras Bigfoot. So much work. There's probably try to count them. There's at least 3,000 beats on this.
Among my entire journey this weekend, I ran across families, friends, real-life heroes, and my personal favorite thing to see, the superhero smoke break.
Glad to be a bad influence.
Not to say there weren't any problems along the way. The contest organizers never showed up. A judge breaks her heels as she's being introduced. Even Scott helped me with a problem with my arm. While he...
You alright?
One, the strapping that keeps the swords on is a little loose. And so it's pulling back a little bit. So it's kind of choking me. And the other thing is I got hit in the leg inside the con. Somebody passing by too fast and like dead legged me. So I'm having a hard time with my left leg.
Comic-Cons and cosplay have brought together like-minded individuals.
Wasn't expecting to find anybody else.
Ta-da.
This is pretty cool.
We were chilling.
Yep.
We've been following you for quite a while.
Hiding in the bushes. I ate your mentions.
And has even changed people's lives.
2 years ago, she wouldn't have talked to anybody. Super shy. She's very confident now, so that was the impetus for this.
Yeah.
But then we just, we both have that artistic bent. She more than Dad, and it was great quality time. Dad and daughter time.
Wait a minute.
Okay, so you realize that you have to name your first kid Steven, right?
Who are cosplayers? They are musicians, artists.
I'm beside myself as to how good that is.
Brothers and sisters, sons and daughters, husbands and wives. They are the fans.
I'm a big Star Wars geek and have been since before it was cool.
They karaoke. They are you. They are me.
All right, we'll call it a draw.
They are us.